Now we're in what I like to refer to as the Holy of Holies, if you will, the most holy spot in the church. Not that God isn't everywhere, but we're at our tabernacle. And the tabernacle is vitally important because we know that Jesus is present in the tabernacle. And partly we know that because we can see that the sanctuary light is burning. When we enter the church, I always say I love to watch Catholics go to church because they're predictable. You know, it doesn't matter what's in their hands. As soon as they walk through that door, their hand is reaching for the holy water to bless themselves. But then when we come in, before we get into our seat, at our seat, before we go into our seat, we need to say hello to Jesus. And the way that Catholics do that is a genuflection. And a genuflection means that generally the right knee actually touches the floor. And we should be doing that to the tabernacle, to Jesus present in the tabernacle. And if our knees don't work, like some of us have those issues, then we need to do a profound bow. Again, saying hello to Jesus in the tabernacle. Not that wall or some other spot. Here. We wouldn't walk into somebody's house and just, march right past the person opening the door and go and plop ourselves on the couch. Maybe we would, but we don't do that. We say hello, some sort of greeting. Now with the pandemic, we can't shake hands or do anything, but we need some sort of greeting. And that's what we're doing. We're saying hello to Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, in the tabernacle. And I liken this to the Holy of Holies in the temple. One of the great things being in Jerusalem is across the Kidron Valley, in front of the cave where Jesus went and stayed after the Last Supper. He can look out the mouth of the cave across the Kidron Valley, and he'd be looking directly in to the Holy of Holies. So I think this is an appropriate Holy of Holies, because this is where God is. God dwelled in the Holy of Holies in the temple. And we have a unique thing in our church is we have the Baldacchino, which is somewhat like an umbrella or a covering over top of the holiest spot, because Jesus is present in the Blessed Sacrament. And our tabernacle is unique also because it's one of the biggest I've ever seen. And it happens to be silver. Most of them are gold that I've seen. So it's a beautiful tabernacle. I think it was Monsignor Berg, but I'm not sure who got this tabernacle. And the door is particularly interesting to me. When I first came to the parish and came here and I'm looking at all these symbols on the door of the tabernacle, it's like, okay, well, why is that there? And why is that there? This is where Google kind of is a good thing. We Googled them. And they're all symbols of Christ. Starting up here, we have a unicorn, a mythological creature. A unicorn. It's a symbol that we use for Christ. We have the peacock. Again, a symbol for Christ. We have a bishop's mitre and staff. Apostle, sign of the apostle, imaging Christ. We have the fish and the Greek letters. Fish is a very, very ancient symbol of Christianity and very important because, again, in the early days when we were very persecuted and you could be killed for no other reason other than you were a Christian, we had to be very careful about who we talked to. So walking around in the desert, one of the ways when you came upon somebody and you wanted to know whether or not it was safe, somebody would kneel down and in the sand kind of draw half of a fish in the sand. And if the other person knelt down and finished the fish, that you knew, okay, that's a Christian, and it was safe to talk. Otherwise, they'd look at you like you were a strange person. In addition to the fish, another symbol that we've used through history, kind of hidden in plain sight is an anchor. If we look at an anchor, there's a cross and the anchor. Christians would put an anchor on their house as well to identify it's a Christian house, and to other Christians that it would be safe. And down here we have the Cairo, which looks like a P, and then it has an X. And in this case it has an X made out of palm branches. And we have the Greek letters, the Alpha and the Omega. The book of Revelations. I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And down here we have the Phoenix, another creature that is again a symbol of Christ. And written across the top is Emmanuel. God is with us. It's a beautiful tabernacle with great symbolism. And one of the great things about the church tour that we do is for our children preparing for First Communion. I like doing the tour because the kids get some, but I think the parents, moms and dads, get the most, because it's through the tour is helping make some connections to things, and it's wonderful. So when we come back and come into church after this virtual church tour that you're experiencing, you got a great understanding of, we come in, we need to say hello to Jesus in the tabernacle. And when we leave, same thing. That profound bow to Jesus, or the genuflection, where the right knee actually touches the floor. We need to take that time with God and allow all of those gestures and actions to help transform us. Thank you.